So there were some really important things that were learned in this exchange and shared in this exchange, I think. I think when we hosted Ocasio, who was a very experienced and talented professional in Timor-Leste working for NGOs there, was able to come to the US and see the way that we do nonprofit and civil society work here and get into some of our classrooms and see the way that we're teaching professional skills to graduate students, seeing the way that our community partners out in the field do their work, seeing what the dominant discussions are in the US around the nonprofit sector and the way that it interacts with government. He was able, I think, to also make some connections to substantive areas that he was interested in, including food security and social innovation. He was able to tour spaces like the feed kitchens, the urban ecology centers in Walnut Way in Milwaukee with some of our classes. So some really impressive projects here in Wisconsin that gave, I think, some inspiration about possibilities for his work back home. And then similarly, when I was in Timor-Leste, I gained a lot from observing the types of efforts that individuals and small groups are making on a really grassroots level to nurture better economies and opportunities for youth and for families and address issues of health and hunger and education and environmental stewardship, and also to see a place that is in a very early stage of its new democracy. This is a place in the world where colonialism has had a very significant role for the last 500 years, and the people of Timor-Leste fought and persisted in a way that's almost hard to believe for much of that time until finally in the early 2000s they gained their independence after being occupied and colonized by the Portuguese and Indonesia, and experiencing entire generations of oppression and violence and disruption of the Timorese way of life during that time. So to see a country and people that were getting their new democracy rolling and still having maintained their identity and sense of pride and practice in their lives after having gone through that history was just so impressive, and I think enriched my understanding of civic health, civil society, the challenges and the vulnerabilities that we all face in upholding healthy communities and the way that different influences can disrupt that.